So now I'm going to kind of go into some studies that are in the literature. That's what's really unique. I did a PubMed search of just articles in 2023. PubMed is basically our go-to source. It's like the old days. We always have to go to a big medical library. We can now go to PubMed, and PubMed puts out reviews and abstracts of all of the clinical literature that's out there in the world right now. And this is, like you said, worldwide. There have been over almost 2,000 journal articles on methylene blue just in the last year. So methylene blue is really taken off. But I want to talk about some specific conditions with the methylene blue, and then we'll get into some of the basics of dosing in that. But methylene blue, first of all, has been shown to be very unique in COVID. And one of the things it does, like we talked about during COVID, our bodies we found out during COVID, the body can be very and beneficial in terms of protecting itself with if you have adequate amounts of zinc on board. Well, methylene blue actually allows the zinc to go into the cell, one of the benefits. Methylene blue actually also interferes with the ability or helps with the ability of zinc to not allow the virus to replicate itself. And so that's important. Methylene blue also has the ability to lower the pH within the cell, and it prevents the virus itself, what's called uncoating, or allowing it to kind of start the process to take over our own cells. And methylene blue also has the ability to bind the viral spike protein and prevent it from actually entering the cell itself. So these are just some things in an article I found very interesting, how methylene blue can be helpful for people with COVID. One of the really unique things about methylene blue, this was a study done with cancer patients who just happened to be doing methylene blue at the same time the COVID pandemic happened. And what they found was really interesting is when they look back at it, all of the patients that were on methylene blue for cancer, also none of them developed the influenza, the flu, or COVID at the same time versus the ones that weren't on methylene blue, which I found that really interesting, which kind of tells methylene blue can potentially have a big benefit in terms of preventing COVID just because it's natural properties. And like you said, it talks really more about, this article does, about how methylene blue probably prevents actually the COVID actually from binding to the cells and starting the infection process. Found that very interesting. So that's some stuff with COVID and methylene blue.